matter what position I get in, I just can't fit it in, can I?
No.
You don't have that problem, do you?
I don't.
You just click your fingers and
get on with it.
Get on with it and it's in. But me, I get so frustrated. I get hot and sweaty, and no matter when I try doing it standing up or lying down, on my back, on my front, I just can't fit it in.
That's why you leave it for me.
I do. I'll leave it all to you, really, don't I? But I think I've come up with a solution.
We'll see.
We can but try.
True.
I've got something blue to try. It's quite big.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll see. And we'll show you in a bit, because we're going to try it this weekend, and we'll see what we think. I think he might take a bit more convincing than me.
Probably.
We'll see. We'll see whether it works for me.
We'll see.
You're not convinced?
No, not at all.
Did we ever show you our knobs? Well, I know we did. We showed you video that we filmed back in March when we were in Anglesey. We bought some new knobs for the van. The video you saw in August, when we finally uploaded that video, we showed you those knobs, but I don't think we've ever shown you them actually in situ. So let's do that now. There they are. They're a lot better. They don't swing like we said the others used to swing, the monkey knots, and then the dogs would hit them and we'd think the dogs were growling at each other and they'd wake us in the night and stuff. These are a lot better. They worked really well. We did have to, well, they were screwed in, as you can see. A couple did come loose because the holes were a little bit too big, so they had to be glued as well. But we're chuffed with them and they work perfectly. We're off on a weekend away, going up to New Brighton for a start because Keith's playing touch rugby tomorrow. It's Friday now. Keith's playing touch rugby on Saturday, and then who knows where we'll end up on Sunday. But we've got a weekend away, so we thought we'd take you along and discuss more about our bedroom problem as well. So, and see whether it's rectified. Rectified the right word? Sorted. Yeah, anyway. So I've got some jobs to do. I've got to load the fridge up for a start, so might make a coffee first, well, and then do that. Coffee's made in my Manchester mug, and I've been back inside and I've filled a shopping bag up full of stuff out of the house that we'll take for the weekend. It's only, what, one night, one full, well, 2 nights sleeping in the van and 1 night where we'll be cooking. So I've just filled things that we've got basically. So I've got some naan breads, so they'll go in a cupboard somewhere. A couple of cans of this, really like this. This is Aldi's version of Pepsi Max. 0 sugar, and it is really nice. It tastes just as good. So I'll go in the fridge. Bananas. Now, I eat bananas for breakfast. Keith still hates bananas, but he has one before he plays rugby for the energy. They just hang up out the way there. What else we got? Latest addiction. When we're driving anywhere, gotta have some jelly babies. Couple of bottles of sparkling water. I do like a bottle of sparkling water by the bed at night, just to have a sip out of if I wake up. Some coconut rice, which we'll mix into the meal. So, any guesses what we're having yet? Well, let me tell you. I'll show you this one in a minute. We have got some homemade korma. I made this yesterday, so that's going to be tea on Saturday night. You might see us eating that. So that'll go in the fridge. Nice storage box for it to go in, so that'll go in there. And then we get milk delivered, so we've got some full fat milk, and it is really, really nice. It tastes so much better. So a couple of pints of that, and I'm a fussy sod. I only like skimmed milk in tea. I have black coffee, but in tea it's got to be skimmed milk, otherwise it doesn't taste right. So I've got 3 bottles of that. Then for a treat, something else we like, if you've not tried it, Guinness Zero. It tastes really nice. So that could be a Saturday night treat for us. And then the other one's an empty box. Always have to have an empty box just in case we end up buying anything else and then having bits of leftovers. You never know, we've been caught out before. So that's all we're taking with us really in the fridge and in the cupboards for now. Oh, we have got tins and other stuff in the cupboard if we get to the point where we think, oh, we'll fancy something different. Well, we've always got a treat box. But that's all we need for now. So that's in the fridge. And then I've got another few jobs to do before we set off tonight. Keith's at work, so he just comes back and got his clothes to pack, and that's it really. I'm going to put the rugby stuff in. That's all packed in a bag, ready to go. And then I might just show you my solution to my bedroom problem. Keep watching. There's a couple of things to show you. I don't know whether we ever have or not. Well, one of them's we've been using for a while, but this is a new one. We've got a new runner just to try and keep things a little bit neater. We had lots of bits and bats of carpet here, so we've got one long runner now. We've got a doormat and dog's drinking bowl. This is what we used as a bin. It's a nice thick dry bag. We had a black one before, but we've swapped it out for this one. Basically it just hangs. We've got it on a magnet and it hangs, and it's nice and thick, so we can just close it up and any smelly stuff doesn't let the pongs out, and it's easy to then sort through, tip into separate bins for recycling and whatever, either when we get home or when we need to empty it when we're away. So there's a banana hung up next to the obligatory dog treat bag. Oh, it's coming on. Always changing like a van always does. So now when Keith's playing rugby, I tend not to watch. I do support him, but it's just not something I enjoy watching. So I usually stay in the van with the dogs and then take them for walks as well. So I'm reading a couple of books at the moment. I've got the Lucy Spraggan Process Finding My Way Through book, which I've started, so I'll be getting through some of that this weekend. And also on the Kindle I've got Reverend Richard Cole's The Madness of Grief, which is about the death of his husband and how he copes with grief and all that comes with it. So I'm reading those two at the moment, flicking between the two, which is quite amazing really, because I had a couple of years where I just couldn't really get into reading, so now I've got 2 on the go. Bedroom problem. Okay, so it's this. Duvet covers. I cannot get on with duvet covers. I end up, as I said earlier, in them, on them, sweating like mad, getting more and more frustrated. I always seem to get the duvet end the wrong way around no matter what I do. So this is now coming off, and hopefully it'll be the last time we see it in the van. Keith's not convinced that my idea will work, but if you watch a channel called Rick Van Man, I was watching one of his videos and he uses something in his van. He's just revamped his van, and he bought something different, so I thought I'm having a bit of that. So the sheet will stay on. The sheet was clean on anyway the last trip, and we've only slept on it twice, so that's alright for another trip out. Pillows will stay. So come back in a minute, and that's it. It's on. Don't judge me. I've never been able to do hospital corners or been the neatest bed maker, and you'd never employ me to be a chambermaid. But there you go, it's on. It is very thin, so I think Keith will take some convincing. Now this is a 1.5 tog. 1.5 tog, what are you talking about, Daryl? A 10.5 tog. So it should be pretty warm. Might be too warm for summertime, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm still not convinced that Keith will be convinced, but we can but try. So when we get into bed later, you can see his initial reaction to that. Something else we did recently was, I say we, it's a fib, isn't it? I don't do that kind of stuff. Keith did it. Is cut some board out to put over the windows. We used to just have the silver reflective foil over it and then pull these blinds down. Got one each side of the blind, but it meant that we lost a good couple of inches at the top and bottom of the bed, whereas now we've got a little bit extra foot room and we can push towards this if we want. Not that we've really needed to, because we're both short arses, but it's just nice having a couple of extra inches each end. A couple of extra inches always matter, don't they? So, and it also meant, because a bit of a design mistake, we used to have these blinds down. We couldn't use these lights because the lights were behind the blind, whereas now we can have those on as reading lights as well, which is good. Oh, there again, can never find a switch. But yeah, that's just another little improvement we made. I didn't realise that this duvet actually did come with pillowcases as well, so they're quite nice, reversible colours. So yeah, this is called a coverless duvet. We got this one from Amazon. We'll see, eh? Anyway, that's about all for now. Got what, it's 10:15, so in the morning. Keith's at work till 5:30. He won't get home till about 6ish, and then we'll have something to eat, and then we'll be on our way. Probably not show you any of the journey because it's going to be quite a boring load of A roads, to be honest. So we might just wait till we get there and then do some more filming. But you never know, so keep watching. Now I'm having that coffee. Cheers. We're in bed. We've arrived in New Brighton. So we'll see how it goes. You still don't look very convinced. We'll see you in the morning and report back. Night night.
Night.
Morning. Morning. Well, verdict.
It's alright.
Snug enough. Snug enough. Yeah, I was as well. Thought it might be a bit cool. I was a bit dubious, to be honest, but I know it's plenty snug enough. We've got 2 dogs trying to get up here. They want to go out, so Keith's gonna get ready and I'll take him out in the rain.
Yes, it is raining.
And that's what Nab's saying about it. Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that, you?
It's alright, yeah.
Doesn't sound too enthused, does he? Eager. Go on then. It is a wet one. It's going to be a wet day at the Rugby. But let me just show you. Spin you around, won't get up here. The lighthouse over there, an old lighthouse. That's where we're parked. There we are. So I'll take the dogs out for the walk this morning. I can't remember the name of that lighthouse, but we'll flash up on the screen now what it's called. There is another road there that you can park along. There are a few campervans over there as well, so no restrictions, which is good. So we'll walk a bit further along this way. Tide's out. So for those of you who don't know where New Brighton is, it's on the Wirral, Liverpool, and this is the North Sea. There's a better shot of the lighthouse. There is a path just here, so we'll have a wander down while I'm out with them. Out with a duo. We'll have a wander down because it looks like there is a bit of a notice board there. Be a bit rude not to, wouldn't it? Have a cheeky look. It's Liso Lighthouse. And you can get in. You can visit. The ground floor, including a cafe in there, is free. There's a 30-minute guided tour to the top for £3 for adults and £2 for kids. A little bit of information there. Oh, I bet you're not seeing this, are you? Really? Hold on. I've got my hanky somewhere. Don't worry, I'm not going to snot all over you. It's going to be an hanky. Some information about the lamp. And then it says the lighthouse was lit by a wood coal fire by which mariners would navigate, as were all lighthouses throughout the world. The lighthouse closed. Why did the lighthouse close? In 1763, the only passage through to Liverpool was between the Hoyle Bank and Great Burdow Bank, sandbanks. The entrance to the sea from the Mersey had shifting sandbanks daily. Several attempts at opening the top channel were unsuccessful. In 1906-1907, a Captain Denham claimed he could do it. Within a year, he'd opened the first mile or so. While his work progressed... Oh, hello, you're climbing. While his work progressed, in 1908, shipping was progressing to Liverpool by way of a top channel, and Liso Bidston lighthouses became redundant and closed. And there is an online video on YouTube. Oh, let's see if I can find that. And that explains how he did it. And the video also gives a full history of Liso Lighthouse, which until we reopen is the best we can do, but can never replace a guided tour complete with atmospheric content. So there it is, up close. A little bonus. Wasn't expecting to come here. It is, chucking it down. And there's a date plaque on it, 1763. Anyway, the duo's done what they need to do, all been picked up, deposited in bins. Someone's head back to the van. And you know how I said about bananas for breakfast? I'd forgotten. There's now a bit of a tradition. When we go to these rugby things, Keith's decided that he doesn't just want a banana for breakfast. Can you guess what we're having? I'm back up from the lighthouse now, and we're walking back where I showed you before. Still got my hanky, still trying to keep you clean and dry. Climbing dogs again. So we're on the Wallasey embankment at Liso Lighthouse, the Wirral Peninsula, a haven of award-winning coast, countryside, wildlife, culture, art, theatre and heritage, nestling between the River Mersey and the River Dee, and just a short hop from Liverpool and Chester. As I said, back to the van now. And time for breakfast. You're still trying to guess what we're having? Did you guess right? Yeah, McDonald's breakfast. Not sure of the health benefits. I don't know if there's any proven science that eating a McDonald's breakfast is good for just before you play rugby or not, but there you go. That's become a bit of a tradition with Keith now. He wants a McDonald's breakfast before rugby. Can't film in there because I've got music playing, so can't do that because of copyright. But in I go. Breakfast done, and we've arrived at New Brighton Rugby Club. What are the nutritional benefits of McDonald's when playing rugby?
Probably 0, but they taste nice before a rugby match.
It's become your ting, hasn't it?
It has. Keeps me going.
It's very wet out there. I'll tell you what, Bay, I'm glad we're going to be in here, and you, Nab. We're going to be in here, aren't we, with the heater on? Yes, we are. While they're out there, it's a bit wet. Just a little bit. I'm sure we'll show you a little bit of footage later on. I'll be sat in here with the duo reading me book with a kettle on, and there might even be a bonio or two involved for you.
I'm ready.
Give us a flash then. What do you think,
wet
Bay?
out there.
It is a bit wet out there. He smells, doesn't he, Bay? Shall we just stay in here for a bit? He's putting his smelly stuff on, isn't he? That'll stop him aching. Hopefully. What do you think, Bay? Bay, what do you think? Not going to show you a lot of rugby because that's not where we're out on this channel, but the ones in pink are Keith's team. Orange boots over there, it's Keith. You saw him catching the ball there. That'll do for showing you the rugby. So that's Keith's team, the Nottingham Hurricanes. I'm going back in the van now for a cup of tea. I could leave you here watching, but I'm sure you'd rather come and have a cup of tea with me. And a very nice cup of tea it was too. And I was very good. I resisted the cake. We've got a visitor. How are you doing?
Well, we played 3, we've lost 3, but we had 3 back-to-back games, so we're all fairly tired. So, how are you?
We're fine. We're warm. I had a cup of tea.
Have you?
Nab says he's still a bit wet. So you got a break now, have you?
Yeah, till 1:15.
A quick update. Well, I've been out for a walk with the dogs in the pouring rain. Ended up getting a wee bit further than I planned to because I couldn't find a way off the coastal path, so I ended up in Wallasey. So it was a bit of a walk. To say it was raining. I didn't have my phone with me. I didn't have any money with me. I got back, missed call off Keith. Anyway, he came back to the van. He was still playing. Came back to the van. He said, if his phone rings or my phone rings, it's the hospital, so can I answer it? one of the players has hurt his ankle and ended up being taken to hospital. So that's the update. I would say it never rains but it pours. But it rains and it pours some more. So don't know what's happening there. They're back off playing the next game, so I'm going to make a brew. I don't know what we're going to be doing, whether we're going to have to hang around or what after this lot's finished. But there you go. Excitement in camp. We're a bit steamed up because we got very wet and the dogs are soggy, even though I've towelled them down. Bay was happy though because she had a paddle in the sea. Howard,
I have.
Refreshed.
I don't know about refreshed.
And how did the team do today?
They did very well. Didn't win any games, but we scored some tries. We moved forward every time. So yeah, every time we play, we progress. So that's all I can ask for. We had a good afternoon. Well, good day's rugby. Might feel it a bit later on, but
very good. And still the rain comes. I think we could be in for a wet night. We have a bit of a plan. But you'll have to wait and see until we get there where that is. So that could be momentarily. For you anyway. Time for that korma. I added carrots and sweet corn to it as well. And got the naans to just heat through in a minute. That one's broken though. Didn't do well with that, did I? We're ready for this. Looks a bit sloppy, but it'll do. So what's news?
Just what you need after a day's rugby.
What's the news with your player then? Korma.
Chicken korma and naan bread.
What's the news with the rugby player? We've got whisked off to hospital.
He's had x-rays, he's not broken anything or torn any ligaments. They think he just had a bit of shock, or oxygen levels went down, so they just put him on oxygen and keep an eye on him for a bit. So
he said they might keep him in overnight.
Yeah, people are there with him, so whenever he gets discharged they'll take him home. So the hospital is only about 1.5 miles from the rugby ground anyway.
Oh,
so
right. It's not too bad then. Anyway, that's the korma. Wonder what's next. Not to eat, I mean, where we're going next. That might not be tonight, that might be tomorrow, but keep watching.